red tape around building and resource consent applications. What processes and procedures can be put in place to reduce this and speed up delivery and reduce costs?
Yeah, so council as a regulator, there's red tape that council has because we have to make sure that we protect the neighbours of people who want to do things that might affect their property. But red tape can be really fat and it can be pretty hard to move, or red tape can be quite skinny and manoeuvrable, and that way you can think about what's the actual impact of a particular decision. Our council has a reputation of being an enabling space for development. That's why so much has gone on in here in Selwyn. But I do continually hear from people who get frustrated by consent. So another email this morning about people saying it's taking too long around a house build. So I get that concern, but we can't just remove red tape because otherwise the effects on neighbours wouldn't follow legislation. And the red tape that we've got, particularly around building consents and resource consents, are set up by the Building Act and the Resource Management Act, which are government-controlled bits of legislation that we administer locally.
Yeah. So I'm not in council, so this is really challenging. So for me, I mean, I'd be looking at the same sort of government regulatory issues. I don't know how it works inside SDC when it comes to building consents, but you know, we've got to work within that national framework. I guess as long as we're pushing for better outcomes, especially considering we sit in a slightly different area compared to the rest of the country with our growth the way it is, we need to make sure that we've got access to the most bespoke systems that work for our current sort of growth cycle. That would be me.
Look, sometimes there's got to be rules and regulations, but we need to stop making it so difficult for people. And you know, there's so many examples that have come to me over the past 3 years, and you know, there's a building company and they build the same type of shed over and over and over again, and council, every time they put in a building consent, come up with a different RFI, so they request more information or something different every single time. Why are we making it so difficult for that business when they are building the same thing every single time? They've come in, they've tried to have meetings with council to try and streamline this. We also have a private building consent authority, and we should be using those instead of using patch protection and not letting that business do their thing.